The Houston morning air was still, thick with the deceptive calm that precedes a storm. In the quiet, predictable neighborhood where life moved at a gentle pace, no one suspected the silence was about to be shattered. Evelyn Brooks stepped onto the pavement, pulling her hoodie over her head as she tied her sneakers. To the world, she was just another jogger seeking a moment of peace. But she wasn't just any woman. She was Judge Evelyn Brooks, a name that commanded respect in the hallowed halls of the federal courthouse, where her rulings shaped lives and upheld justice. Here, however, she was just Evelyn, savoring the cool air before a day that would test her in ways she could never imagine. Her route was familiar, her footsteps a steady rhythm against the concrete. Her mind drifted to the police misconduct case currently on her docket, a case that hit far too close to home. She had spent weeks poring over damning evidence and preparing a ruling that would force an uncomfortable truth into the light. For now, though, she let the thought go, allowing the morning sun to warm her skin. A few blocks away, Officer Jack Barnes slouched in his patrol car, his coffee long gone cold. He had patrolled this neighborhood for years, and in his mind, he owned it. He knew every face, every car. His mission was to keep things clean and predictable. But Jack's vision of the world was narrow. Anyone who didn't fit his picture of who belonged immediately became a target of suspicion. His eyes narrowed as he spotted Evelyn in the distance, a woman in a hoodie, a small gym bag at her side. Unfamiliar. "Who's that?" he muttered, his mind already leaping to conclusions. To him, she wasn't a professional clearing her head. She was an anomaly. She was suspicious. Evelyn paused at a park bench to stretch, oblivious to his scrutiny. As she sipped from her water bottle, a small piece of paper, a receipt, fluttered from her pocket to the ground. Jack watched, his suspicion hardening into certainty. He couldn't see what it was, but it was enough. The slam of his car door broke the morning quiet. "Excuse me, ma'am." His voice was sharp, authoritative. Evelyn turned calmly. "Yes, officer." His eyes darted from her face to the gym bag. "What are you doing here?" "I'm on my morning jog," she replied, polite but puzzled. Jack ignored her, picking up the crumpled receipt from the ground. It was from a luxury downtown store. "Where'd you get this?" he demanded, holding it up like evidence. The implication was clear. "That's mine," she said simply. "I must have dropped it." His expression hardened. "These are expensive items. Mind telling me what's in your bag?" A chill ran down Evelyn's spine. She knew this script. She had seen it play out in her courtroom countless times. "Officer," she said, her voice steady, "I don't believe I've done anything wrong." "If you're not hiding anything, then let me see the bag," he snapped. She knew her rights. "You don't have probable cause to search my property." To Jack, her composure wasn't innocence, it was defiance. Refusing to comply, "Huh," he shouted, his voice echoing across the street. "What are you hiding?" He grabbed her arm. "Turn around. You're under arrest for suspicion of theft and resisting an officer." The cold steel of the handcuffs snapped around her wrists. Evelyn didn't fight. She didn't scream. She simply locked eyes with him, her voice low and clear. "You have no idea what you're doing." As Jack marched her to his car, bystanders pulled out their phones, their screens capturing the image of a calm jogger being arrested by an aggressive officer. But no one, least of all Jack Barnes, understood the magnitude of the mistake he had just made. The woman he had just cuffed was not just a suspect, she was the justice system itself, and his world was about to come crashing down. The silence in the patrol car was suffocating. In the back, Judge Evelyn Brooks sat with a calm that masked the firestorm raging within her. This wasn't just about her, it was about every person who had been in her position without her power. Officer Barnes, radiating smug satisfaction from the driver's seat, believed he had done his job. He was about to learn just how wrong he was. At the station, Jack paraded her to the booking desk. Suspicion of theft and resisting an officer, he announced proudly, tossing the receipt down. "I'd like to make my phone call," Evelyn stated, her voice cutting through the noise. Jack laughed. "Phone call. You'll get one when I say you do. Get comfortable. You could be in that cell for a long, long time." He shoved her into a cold, gray holding room, slamming the door shut. Outside, he boasted to other officers. "You should have seen her face when I cuffed her. Had a designer receipt, a gym bag. Didn't look like she belonged, if you know what I mean." Across the room, Officer Ryan Daniels listened, a knot of unease tightening in his stomach. He still believed in fairness, in facts. What exactly did she do that was suspicious? He asked cautiously. Jack rolled his eyes. She didn't cooperate. Same thing. But Daniels looked toward the holding room, where Evelyn sat with the poise of someone prepared for battle, not a common criminal. His gut told him this was all wrong. Inside the cell, Jack returned to taunt her. "You're awfully quiet in there." He sneered through the bars. "Think you're better than me? Let me tell you something, you're nobody in here." Evelyn finally met his gaze, her voice ablaze. "You should be careful how you talk to me, officer." Her calm unnerved him. "I could make things a whole lot worse for you," he threatened. "You've already made a mistake you can't undo," she replied, enraged by her refusal to be broken, his face contorted. "People like you don't get second chances," he hissed. Then, in a flash of uncontrolled fury, his hand shot through the bars, slapping her hard across the face. The sharp crack echoed in the hallway. Evelyn staggered, but she didn't cry out. She straightened, her hand on her stinging cheek, her eyes locking onto his. The slap hadn't broken her, it had armed her. For the first time, a flicker of genuine fear entered her heart. She was at his mercy. But as the minutes ticked by, another sound reached her, soft, hesitant footsteps. It was Officer Daniels. "Mom," he whispered, his eyes wide with guilt. "Are you okay?" "I need to make a phone call," she said, her voice firm. Torn between his fear of Barnes and his conscience, Daniels made his choice. He unlocked the cell. "Be quick," he urged, leading her to an empty office. With trembling fingers, Evelyn dialed a number she knew by heart. "This is Judge Evelyn Brooks," she said clearly into the receiver. "I need you at the precinct immediately. And bring the case file." Daniels's face went white. "Judge." The word spread through the station like wildfire. Moments later, the station doors burst open and a man in a sharp suit strode in, his presence demanding silence. "Where is Judge Evelyn Brooks?" he boomed. Jack's smirk vanished. "Judge," he repeated, his voice weak. The man, Evelyn's attorney, fixed Jack with an icy stare. "Are you the officer who arrested a federal judge without probable cause? Do you have any idea what you've done?" The chief of police appeared, his face a mask of thunder. "Barnes? My office now." Evelyn walked out of the holding room, her head held high. Jack watched, his arrogance shattered, as the consequences of his actions began to crash down around him. The story exploded online. Protests erupted. Officer Daniels spoke to reporters, condemning the arrest. An internal investigation was launched, and soon old complaints against Jack Barnes, all echoing Evelyn's experience, surfaced. A sealed file was discovered, detailing the arrest of a young black man, Isaac Taylor, 2 years prior. The case was eerily similar, right down to the malfunctioning body cam. Evelyn brought Isaac to a press conference, giving a face to Jack's pattern of abuse. Then, a retired officer came forward with a USB drive containing the body cam footage Jack thought he had erased. The footage was played at Jack's termination hearing. Video after video showed him harassing and threatening innocent people. "People like you don't belong here." His voice echoed through the silent room. "No one's going to believe you." He was fired on the spot, but Evelyn wasn't finished. The case went to court. The USB drive, Isaac Taylor's testimony, and Evelyn's own powerful account left no room for doubt. "We'll find the defendant, Jack Barnes, guilty," the jury foreman announced. The courtroom erupted. Outside, Evelyn addressed the cheering crowd. "This verdict is a victory," she declared. "But it is not the end. The system that allowed him to thrive must be held accountable." Her case sparked sweeping reforms. Mandatory body cams, new accountability policies, and anti-bias training were implemented. Jack Barnes became a cautionary tale of power abused. Months later, Evelyn stood in the same park where it all began. A young girl ran up to her. "Are you the judge from the news?" she asked, her eyes wide with admiration. "I want to be like you someday." Evelyn smiled, her heart full. "You can be. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." Justice had been served, but more importantly, a seed of change had been planted. The fight was far from over, but as Judge Evelyn Brooks proved, the truth, no matter how deeply buried, will always find its way to the light.